Hi Janelle, it's just as I thought. Do you see your adjustment layer right here? It needs to be moved over with an arrow coming right down here. So I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key. Do you see that little clipping icon that's over here? You have to move your cursor to a blank area here and look at. If I clip it right there, do you see how that's working? Now, you have another problem. This is why I have this on the screen. Your car is white, so you don't have the ability to change any color on it. So what you need to do is to make the sheet metal more contrasted and then add a color layer to this. So I'm going to kind of show you a little trick here, and I have to move some stuff off the screen so I can show you. I'm going to use your path that you've made down here, although I would wish that I would only have the sheet metal of it, but I'll show you how I'll fix it in a bit. Okay, it's going to take a bit, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix it. So I'm going to hold the Command key and click on the body. Now I wish I only had the sheet metal isolated there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a different path for you, and I'll come right back on this screen. Hi there, Janelle. I have come back, and if you see here, I added another path to your Jeep. It's not only the whole Jeep, but I isolated what you would consider to be just sheet metal. I actually included, and you can hardly see it here, if I actually turn off your Jeep layers. Do you see how, if I zoom in, do you see how I have the headlights, I have the Jeep logo, I isolated out the windows and the door handles and the little things here that have nothing to do with the sheet metal. Okay, so I'm going to show you by clicking back these two layers here, and I'm going to turn off this path by clicking away from it. See how the colors of the orange lights and everything? Let me turn off your layer. Look at how your adjustment layer has adjusted the lights green, but only like the color of the sheet metal didn't change. And I want to show you why, and I want to show you how you would fix that. Okay, because you chose a whitish car. So there is no color in the sheet metal for the car to actually change color on. So we have to do two things. I have to change your mask from the whole car to just the sheet metal. So I'm going to right hand click and delete that mask. Okay, I'm going to turn off your adjustment layer for a moment. I'm going to make a selection of the sheet metal, and I'm going to with the car selected, with your Jeep selected here. So with your Jeep selected and only the sheet metal selected, I am now going to click on the layer mask button. Now look at how the lights stay the color that they're supposed to be, because, and I'm going to option click on this mask. See how that's the mask instead of the mask you had a few seconds ago of this whole body? Okay, so if I were you, I would draw everything out that isolated out the sheet metal and didn't allow for the windows or the lights to be colored. Okay, now let's go solve why we can't put a color on this Jeep and why hue and saturation won't work even though I clipped it to your Jeep. So I clipped it to the Jeep, but it's not doing anything. So let's make it do something. So I'm going to turn off your adjustment layer, and I'm going to put a layer above your sheet metal only layer, okay, above. Now I'm going to choose any color in the universe. I don't care what color it is. I have blue in the foreground color, so I'm just going to go Option Delete. Okay. Now I want, and there's going to be a problem here. Now I want to put it on a color mode. So I want to go to this normal mode all the way down to color. And it kind of tinted it. Whoops, I forgot the back window. Doggone it, I forgot. I'll fix the back window in a second, and I'll show you, so I'm going to come back in a second. Okay, I'm back, Janelle, and I added a back window to the same path that I drew everything else on, so watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you that the back window shouldn't have been colored, so I have to re-alter this mask here. So again, there's several ways I can do this. I can click on this mask here and just right-hand click and delete it. Okay, so now it's gone. I can go back to this path and make a selection of the path, which now includes the back window, and then just with that selected, click on the mask button. Now the back window is not colored. But let's examine why the sheet metal won't color. And I'm going to turn off the blue. Okay. There is not enough black and white in the Jeep itself for the color to actually show up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a selection again of the path that I drew. I'm going to click on your Jeep right here and hit Command J. Now, I'm going to turn everything else off so you understand what I'm doing. That's off, that's off. Now I have just the sheet metal. See that? Now, I am going to use the levels command to increase the dark on it. Look what I just did. Now, by me increasing the dark on it, it gives this blue something to use. So I'm even going to increase the gray area so it really goes dark. Now let me hit OK. Now watch the difference. Now I'm going to actually turn on the blue, and the blue actually worked. Now, if I turn on the adjustment, do you see how I can actually adjust it? But let me show you the Jeep now. There's the Jeep, but if I didn't increase the sheet metal darkness, there was nothing for the color to use. Because the color on a layer mode, like I put this color on a layer mode, this layer 2, I'll call it blue, or I'll just call it color layer. All right, for that, I did not spell that right, did I? C-O, boy, did I ever mess that up. Sorry. Okay. For that color, I'm saving the file. For that color layer to work, it couldn't use this. I had to isolate the sheet metal and make it that. Now it works. Now when I go to the hue and saturation layer, watch how I can double click this, bring it over, and I can actually now change the color on the Jeep to anything I want. But that wouldn't have worked if I would have left it white. So please review this movie if you have to and see how I isolated only the sheet metal with a new path, and I did what I did. So just watch the movie again and hope it helped.